What's up, gamers? How you doing? It's John. In this video, we'll be taking a closer look at a modded PlayStation Vita. What is a modded PlayStation Vita exactly? Well, it's opened up, so there's other games for it. So I've got over 120 or so Vita games. I've got about 60 PSP games, over 80 ports that were games that were never officially released for the Vita, including Cuphead. There's a really fun port of Mario Kart on here that was never released. It's a unique Mario Kart game. I'll show you some gameplay later in this video. There's still a lot of support for the Vita. I love the Vita. It came out in 2011. Supported through Sony up until about 2018. Severely overshadowed by Nintendo 3DS, in my opinion. And the first several years, there were some big titles that came out, Uncharted and some other big title first-party companies. And later on, it was really used for more third-party indie games, and there's quite a few good games that came out as well later in the life of the Vita. This right here, this model is what they call a PCH1000, which is the first model. It's got the OLED screen. Sony, several years into it, I think about 2013, they released a newer slimmed down model that was about 20% smaller in weight. I had a LCD screen instead of the OLED. Sony, in my opinion, was way ahead of its time making the OLED screen. Nintendo, of course, did it with the Switch several years ago. The darkers look more dark, the blacks look more black. It's a beautiful screen. It does eat up a little bit more battery life than the LCD version that came out later. This is a superior version, in my opinion, opposed to the Model 2 PlayStation Vita. So without any further ado, let's take a closer look. Before I do that, though, I do want to say a big shout out to my good friend Kurt, aka Cubert1 here on YouTube. Does a lot of great stuff with emulation. Check out his channel. He helped me mod this handheld here that I have in front of me. Let's take a closer look, and thanks for watching, guys. Okay, so here is a closer look. I've got this kind of turquoise, light blue protection case on it. One thing I love about the Vita is the back touch panel. Really ahead of its time. Some of the games like Uncharted used that and actually made good use of it. Of course, this 5-inch screen, OLED screen, which is also touch. I want to show, before I power it on, I want to show you what this is, where the games are on, in case you're curious, because like I said before, I have hundreds of games on here, and you're wondering, how's that possible? Well, there's an adapter here with a micro SD adapter, and I've got a 256 micro SD card in here, filled to the rim. There's over 250 games on here currently. So we're going to put this back in the slot, and we'll go and power it on. Let's go and do that. One thing I really like about the Vita is the two analog sticks. I really feel like they respond really well. I think the controls itself, I have big hands, so one complaint I guess I would have is the buttons are kind of small, but I can still play the games despite my big thumbs and fingers. I also really like the layout of how the operating system here, how they have like these bubbles with different games, and they have 10 different games in each bubble, right? So these are all Vita games that I have in here. Some really classic ones, right? So some of the ones I highlight, Sonic's Transform, Lego, some of the Lego games, Retro City Rampage. If you haven't played that game, a lot of fun. Shantae, of course, and then the Uncharted games, Shovel Knight, which is awesome. Love Shovel Knight. Some other ones, Borderlands 2. Oh, so when you click on a game, which I unintentionally says Mickey Mouse, Epic Mickey Mouse, you go ahead and close. I can start it or just close it out. Some other games I have on here, Day of the Tentacle, which is it's a LucasArts game, which is Maniac Mansion, which is a follow-up to that. You got a God of War collection. There's a Fruit Ninja, which is fun with a touchscreen. What other games I have? Gundam, a lot of fun. If there's any Vita games you guys recommend checking out, please let me know. Super Meat Boy, Walking Dead series, Ratchet and Clank, Angry Birds, Cursed, some other ones, right? Yeah, you can kind of get the idea. Jet Set Radio, Jackson Dexter collection. Oh, already opened that. And what's this one? Seymour Little Big Planet, of course. And if I scroll down, this is where I get into the PSP games. It is backwards compatible, the system itself, so the games actually play really well. So some of the games here, right? So Grand Theft Auto games, Harvest Moon, Pac-Man Championship. Let's check that out. We'll go ahead and start it. If you're a big fan of Pac-Man, I do recommend checking out Pac-Man Championship Edition. Really fun. I have it for other consoles as well. A new updated version of Pac-Man, which is really good music, fast pace, slightly different rules. Okay, here we go. Hold the start button. Yeah, controls really good. It's funny when we get the ghost like in a chain. It's a lot of fun, right? Oh. Anyway, we'll go back. We'll hit the PlayStation Home button. And then I can, let's go to exit. And close it out. In case we're running off an emulator. So you can see PlayStation P does work fine. It does take a little bit time to load. But it does, once loaded, it's not a big deal. It's great. Here are the ports I was talking about. Some really interesting ports, including some Zelda ports. So let's check out this let's check this out. Okay, let's check it out. Okay. Return to Hyrule. It's got the Link to the Past. I got to use the analog stick to control. You can actually run in this game too by holding the shoulder buttons, which kind of goes really fast. It looks like they've taken Link to the Past graphics from the Super Nintendo and made their own game, so it's pretty cool. Let's check out some other ports. Sonic Mania is on here. I have Sonic CD. Oh, let's go back. I want to show you Chip 'n Dale Remastered. This is really fun. Someone took the Chip 'n Dale's game, the original one for the NES, or the Nintendo Entertainment System, and gave it kind of updated graphics. I want to show you it. I was more a fan of DuckTales back in the day, but nonetheless, kind of cool that people did this. So I can choose between Chip or Dale. Let's turn volume up a little bit. That's max volume, by the way. So not a terribly loud game. The DuckTales Remaster came out officially years ago. So, same music. You can pick up these apples, I think. Yep. Watch out for the mechanical dogs. So I thought that was kind of cool that they did that. You cannot jump on enemies. Watch out for the cactus. Alright, you guys get the idea? Really cool port. Let's check out Cuphead. Never officially released for the Vita. I beat Cuphead on Steam, and I think it took me like 15 hours to beat this game. It's crazy hard. The last boss I was stuck on for weeks, but I feel like I need an award for beating it because it's one of those really challenging games. That's nice. They're saying support the game. I do have the game on Steam. I have it on various consoles. If you haven't played, I'm going to turn down. This game's a little bit louder than Chip 'n Dale. If you haven't played the Cuphead before, it's like playing a cartoon. So some levels like this, you just do boss battles. And some are actually run and gun shooter. So far, yeah, it's playing pretty well. Pretty good port. Let's exit. Mario 64 Vita, let's check it out. See how good the port is. We're to be playing a Mario game on a Sony system. Although I said when playing the first Sonic game on a Nintendo system, I said the same thing, and now it's pretty normal. One thing I noticed, though, this port is 16:9. It's widescreen, which is interesting. It's not 4:3, which is a standard N64, right? So that's kind of cool that they've stretched it to the screen size of the 5-inch screen. Looks nicer. It looks like it's an HD too, which is also really nice. See how it controls. Yeah, it controls really good using analog. Yeah. Pretty good. All right. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Let's go back. Sonic 1 Sega Master System remake. That's interesting. Let's check this out. Sonic 1 for the Sega Master System is very different than the Genesis version or the Mega Drive version. It's more like the Game Gear version if you played that. Okay, that's right. The start button actually is one of the buttons here. I forgot. You can play as Tails. Okay, that's cool. That's different. Ray Mighty, Explore, Speed, Fly High, Explore, Power, Fly Fast. Let's play as Tails. That's different. That's kind of cool. Oh, it is widescreen again. That's nice. Yeah, it plays like the Game Gear. But you can play different characters. That's pretty sweet. Someone modded that. That's awesome. Chameleon Run. That's awesome. Five Nights at Freddy's. Gato Roboto. Can't say I've heard of that game before. Here's Mario Kart. Let's check out Mario Kart for the Vita. This is a unique port to the Vita. It's cool that fans have taken it and made their own game out of it. Oh, that's max volume, so it's a little loud. Got multiplayer practice. These are the characters. So you can unlock Shy Guy potentially. He plays Mario. Different cups. We'll do Mushroom Cup. Looks like I can't customize my cart. New track, which is cool, very unique. So I can see if I can glide. Hit the Goomba. Like glide boost is hard to do. Hey, look, there's another Mario in there. Oh, come on, let me give you a weapon. Really cool that people have decided to... Oh, I keep missing the weapons. I'm in fifth. Oh, that was the wrong one. Pretty long course. Okay, finally. Squid. Alright, you guys get the idea. That's pretty sweet, though. Okay, what other ports? Oh, there's a Samus. This is like a Metroid. This will be the last one. So it's really cool to see that there are other people making new games for the Vita, which I think is awesome. This is 4x3, so it's a narrow screen. That's how the original one was. Play normal. Turn the volume up. I've never played this version of Metroid before. Oh, very cool. I can use a D-pad or the analog stick for this. So yeah, it's supposed to be like a sequel to the Super Nintendo version, which is sweet. I really like Super Metroid. It was awesome. Really fun game. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys subscribing, of course. Leaving a comment. We'll see you guys soon. Take care, and of course, game on.